and welcome to another movie reviews video. Today I'll be talking to you about some of my recent favourite films. First up, Elephant, directed by Gus Van Sant. Now, this is a bit of a strange movie, and to a lot of people it didn't make sense, it was too slow, it was too boring, but for me it was the perfect movie. Based on the Columbine shootings, this film follows different groups of kids as they go through their normal school lives. And one of these groups are the pair of boys who, in the end, shoot up the school. And the way that it's shown, the cinematography is just, I really enjoy it. And there are lots of long tracking shots. There's one that's 2.5 minutes long, which follows a girl through a cafeteria, and you hear snippets of each group's conversation, and it's just this dull, mundane, average American high school that has this one event that changes everyone involved and everyone there forever. And you see and connect with different students throughout the day as you visit them on their paths and journeys to the school, and how they all connect and intertwine, which I really enjoyed. And it also won the highest honour at the 2003 Cannes Film Festival, which came as a shock to many because they didn't think it deserved it, but after watching the film many times now, as I've really enjoyed it, I truly think it's been one of the best films in the last 10-20 years. Next, I rewatched classic Sofia Coppola movie, The Virgin Suicides, last week, and Sofia is one of my favourite directors, and I hadn't seen it for a while, so I picked it up, and it was just really good to watch it again. And it's a really beautiful film that tells the story of these sisters who all tragically kill themselves, and just looking at it from the start and knowing what's happening in the end, you pick up on so many different things, and just how loving the family unit thought they were, but in the end it was really destructive. And particularly is the one shot before they go to prom, which many people talk about, is foreshadowing, and how each of those sisters kill themselves. And you can see in the photo that Lux, she has her arm hanging down, which is like she's holding a cigarette, and the others too have different poses that relate to the way they end up killing themselves. And it's things like that that makes Sofia Coppola movies really special to watch. Her attention to detail in absolutely everything. I really enjoy her style and the characters' clothing and the setting, which is one of the most important things for me when watching a movie, is the setting, and that I feel like it's a real environment and that the characters are connecting with that environment in a way that it's natural and that's where they belong, which they should. I watched Only God Forgives on a few weekends ago, directed by Nicholas Refn, and one of my favourite movies of all time, Drive. It's by the same director, and they both star Ryan Gosling as the main character. And Only God Forgives didn't have as much mainstream success that Drive did, but to me it was just a spectacular movie. It's about the Thai boxing underground world, and just the general underground world of Thailand. It's just, everything in this movie is just visually pleasing. From the very onset, he uses lots of lights and lighting to set the mood, and the constant use of the red light, to me, signifies the red light district that a lot of the movie plays a part in and forms. And just the acting of the main characters, the few that there are, is just stellar. And Kristen Scott Thomas plays the mum of Ryan Gosling's character, and it's just, I didn't expect it at all, and she just complete bombshell, and just took my breath away, her performances. And the lighting in Only God Forgives was a real standout and made this movie something a bit different. And from the onset of the movie, there's a lot of red and pink lights, and this to me represents the red light district that this movie is so heavily involved in and it takes part in. And I've never really watched a movie that uses that many lighting and that creates that whole atmosphere from just changing the lights a bit, which I never really thought of, that such a drastic difference can be made. And that's what I really enjoy about Rest's films. He takes so much from the What I really enjoy about Rest's films is they're so visually pleasing, especially with Drive, and I find I've only got for years, is I can just sit down and just indulge in this cinematic treat as he pays so much attention to the visuals. And the script is often quite bare, and that annoys many people that there is much talking, but I find that he really takes the visual medium that is film and perfects it so much that it just simply doesn't need any spoken word, which many films rely on. And Ryan Gosling's character doesn't say any more than 50 lines, yet the emotion that he conveys without that in his face, his body language, just gives you so much of this character, and you just learn so much and you feel like you know this character, as his performance is just outstanding. I find that this is one of his best characters and performances yet. And the long pauses, especially when confronting the lead gangster, is just the tension that exists between these two. You don't need words to make this movie, because the directing and the imagery is just so vivid that it would ruin the movie, I believe, if there were more lines. And towards the end of the movie, throughout this movie, fists are, it's a symbol that is throughout the movie, the clenched fist, and this represents the manliness of the fighting, which as is boxing, and also the men-driven world that we, and especially in Thai, they live in. And at the end of the movie, these fists, I won't reveal the end, but you kind of see like the symbolism throughout the movie and their final fight at the end and what happens after. The fists are that symbol that is there till the end, and when you see that final scene, it sort of really closes up that symbolism and what it actually means. But I won't give away, because it's such a important and impressive scene, in my opinion, to end this really impressive and, for me, just visually outstanding film that ticks all the boxes in terms of most things. Actually, I think it's quite a perfect movie. I just haven't seen it enough times to have it qualify for my overall favourites yet, but I do look forward to the next time I watch it, and I'm sure that will be very soon.
Thanks for watching another weekly favourites movie review video. I'm Tasha, and see you next time.